Hello and good morning, and welcome to another episode of POV Live. Now, the client has a plan, supposedly. What's the plan, Harry? I feel like this guy he's like Megan, he won't go away. Like, why can't you just accept it? Just get it. All right. You failed. Sentebale has been taken away. Dr. Sophie's going to handle it. She's actually knows what she's doing. But no, the guy's got a plan. Why? Plan for what? As a matter of fact, wasn't he only patron? Because from my understanding, patrons really don't do anything. So what does he care so much as just someone that really doesn't do anything? And is it because of the cash cow and him losing it? Oh, it's because of money. Okay, of course. Of course it's because of money. Because every single time when it comes to Harry or his fake black wife, both of them, it's only about money. Oh, well, I mean, that's just how these people are, right? So again, we're going to hit it. Jack Royston over here. He's been coming out with a lot of stuff with these two idiots. Charlotte Griffiths as well. These people. How you doing, Sage? Thank you so much for coming in. You know we love Sage. Nadia, thank you so much for being here. Reeling from hostile takeover, so he's still crying. But he has a plan. Okay. See, when you say hostile takeover, how was it a hostile takeover if he was just a patron? See, it feels like he cares too much, even though he was just a patron. Why would that even be an issue? Because let's say with something like this, right? Supposedly it was taken out of his hands, or at least that's how it's being framed. I guess the whole patron thing, he really was doing more than just being the face of Sentebale, right? He was obviously doing way more. Of course. So let's go into this. Also, we do have some other stuff. Let's just do a little preview on it. Prince Harry, that he messed his golden opportunity up because he was schmoozing with celebs. I guess Meghan was. And then the client is losing his grip on his royal legacy amid charity row. But we're going to get into those two in a little bit. Oh, that would never be happening, Millie. Never. See, the issue with these two people is they could easily really be philanthropic. They have money, $100,000 here, $500,000 there. See, yeah, exactly, right? That's all he does. He just raises the money. He's the draw for donors, right? That's it. That's all he does. So why does he care so much unless some of that money was going into his pocket, huh? He should be donating. That would never happen. That would be so easy. Like the LA wildfire thing. Remember the LA wildfire and how they went over there and they showed up for some reason? Bro, all you had to do, Harry, or even Meg, all you had to do was give him like $100K or maybe buy stuff and send material. You could be like, Meghan and Harry bought this stuff from, I don't know, Home Depot or Lowe's or something, right? And Lowe's is going to deliver it to the people at the wildfire hub and they're going to really help. No, but they didn't do that because that's actually donating. That's their money. All they want is the photo. That's it. Oh, we got Kizzy with member on being a member for 2 months. Thank you so much. Massive for being here on this morning live. And don't forget, I forgot to say it again. Dang it. Share the stream if you can and like and subscribe. And thank you so much for being here on this POV morning live. Harry is too mean. He's spiteful. And that's the problem. The guy, he's been going with his emotions his whole life because, I'm a prince. Meh. If I don't get my way, wah. Right? Literally, we heard about him telling off Queen Elizabeth for 10 minutes. And when they say telling off, that means he was screaming at her like a child. This man, a grown man screaming at his grandmother like a 13-year-old child. What a loser. Right? And he's emotional. We'll leave it there. He's emotional. The client feels the charity set up in Princess Diana's memory was wrenched from him in a hostile takeover. Again, he's just a patron. This really shouldn't mean that much. Harry, something's not adding up. Why do you care so much about something you were just a patron in? And as someone said earlier, all that's for is to draw donors and have money donated. That's it. Oh, we got Kizzy with the massive £3 super sticker. Thank you so much, Kizzy, and thank you so much for being here. There's still a chance he could make a comeback. Okay, that's fine. You know, the fact that he doesn't want to give this up, again, I've already said that, 4 times? Why do you care so much? It looks really bad. It looks very corrupt, Harry. The client and the co-founder CISO created Sentebale, yada, yada, yada. Both resigned in March. See, but this is the thing. Has anybody noticed the headlines that have come out where it says they resigned back then, but now he quit? So now you've quit. What's resigning then? So you didn't resign. And I had said this in the past few months. I had said that he didn't actually quit. It wasn't actually over. See, because 2 days ago, watch, I can even pull up the article right here. Prince Harry quits charity. And that's from yesterday, I think. I think it's from yesterday. See, right here, quits. Prince Harry shuts the door. See, so he didn't quit back then. It was just him throwing a tantrum. That's what it was. Of course. I'm going to resign. I'm going to resign. Of course. Watchdog. Ugh. I want him to prove and show me that the charity profited because of him. Let me see if the donations actually poured in because of him. Until then, he can cry. And he's going to, Sage. You know we love Sage. He's going to. Of course he's going to. There's no doubt. He's going to just cry and cry. His favorite song is Cry, Cry, Cry by Johnny Cash. Okay. I know that made me sound very old, but I like that song. That was one of his first ones. He cares so much because he was probably siphoning off money, allegedly. But yes, I totally agree. That's why, because he was probably doing that. No doubt. However, they both resigned. Yada, yada, yada. Dispute with the chair. Harry hoped the Watchdog would force Chandauka out. Now, I don't even know how that was supposed to happen. I don't get it. Was the Watchdog, what were they? The commission, right? The commission of UK and Wales. There we go. What were they supposed to say? Oh, no, she has to get out. She has to get out. She has to leave. What do you mean she has to leave? What would that even mean? Source told Newsweek, recognizing his own perspective that she was not fitting. Well, of course, he didn't get his way, so he's crying. Wrapped up Tuesday, sides imposing a action plan, remains in charge. Prince Harry and CISO have not walked away. So they resigned, and then they quit. And now this is saying that they've not walked away. Okay. Oh, you know, I want my way. I want my way. This is just him acting like a child. Oh, my God. These two princes, there is, though, the possible avenue for them to regain control part of the charity, which is being explored. A source close to the two princes, which means Harry. There are a lot of complexities to the governance structure of Sentebale, which means we're not entirely clear as to, for example, whether or not Lesotho is a separate organization or charity and in the UK. So he's just going to try and take over a different arm of the charity. Of course. You know, he cares way too much, and it's very obvious this guy's getting paid. It's something that Prince CISO is exploring. Oh, yeah, not Harry. Not Harry. Okay, fine. If there's a legal division, it's not impossible that the princes could regain control of the charity's Lesotho division. Okay. Why can't you just leave and do something else, Harry? What is so difficult that we are not seeing as the public that this is such a big deal? It's such a huge deal. He can't let it go. He just can't. He can't. Why? What is that? Seems kind of sus to me, man. This seems very sus. Money. If CISO can find a way to extricate Sentebale and Lesotho, the Sophie Chandauka would do it in a heartbeat. But if that were the case, then I think there's a world in which the client would love to work with CISO again, effectively continuing the good work. We still don't know what that is. Continuing the good work. We don't know what that is. Nobody knows what they actually do. Because the last I heard, they said that they weren't going to leave people behind, and Harry literally left children behind and has never gone to see them again. literally, and I mean that in the sense of the word, excuse me. Good work the pair have done for nearly 2 decades. Yes, collecting money. Sentebale representatives said they believed it would not be possible for the princes to regain control of the charity's Lesotho division. So why did you even bring it up? Should this prove correct, contemplate avenues for helping children. What do you mean contemplate? What's so hard? You don't have to contemplate anything. Start it tomorrow. Start it tomorrow and call it the Diana whatever, Lesotho, the Diana Award. It's a part of the Diana thing, and just do that. You know, the fact that they want, we have to see how we can do this. We got to see what avenues there are. Why? Why do you have to see what avenues? Why do you care so much? How you doing, Kipper? Thank you so much for coming in. Why does he care so much? It's not a good look, man. Seems kind of corrupt. The loss of Sentebale hit Harry hard. You mean his wallet hard. He was cleared of major allegations of bullying and harassment at scale. We saw the harassment. It was literally in the press. While the former trustees more generally cleared of misogyny and racism, targeting black women. Literally, they were targeting her, and she's an actual black woman, not like Meghan. Source close to Newsweek, Commission's decision to leave Chanda showed it was a toothless tiger. Oh, so now he's insulting the Commission. So he doesn't get his way. Okay. They didn't go what he wanted, and he's a child. So now he's insulting the Charity Commission of UK and Wales. He's calling them a toothless tiger because they didn't do what he wanted them to do. Okay, Harry, sure, fine. I know, right? Right, Lena? Just go and create another one, man. We know what this is. Everybody knows what it is. What is? Everybody knows. It's a cash cow that they used. And if you remember, we did a video on that. The actual Charity Commission didn't go into the individual allegations. And one of the individual allegations was funds mismanagement. So they didn't even look into that, which means that probably happened. And they didn't do it because it was the client, because he's the king's son, as we said yesterday, right? CISO and Harry absolutely devastated for losing their cash cow by what Sophie has effectively done, which is a hostile takeover. Meghan, they did a hostile takeover of my charity, Meghan. Can you please give me support? And Meghan's like, I don't want anything to do with you. Can you shut up and stop crying and pay this bill that I need you to pay for as ever? And he's just, but it was a hostile takeover. And she's just there looking at him because she doesn't respect him more and more every time he cries. And she's, I can't believe I married you. I don't even know why I'm here. She hates him. She hates him. We know she does. Hostile takeover of the charity because he's crying. It is a charity that CISO and Harry set up 19 years ago, and certainly in Harry's adult lifetime. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's ask him. Let's ask what this charity has actually done. What has Sentebale actually done? I'm saying that from a corrupt charity perspective. Like, is there anything concrete that they've actually done? I don't know. I really, truly don't. Right, Kelly? I don't know. Registered charity, 06, AIDS, Lesotho, purpose-built, Children's Center. Established the purpose-built Children's Center serving hundreds of people worldwide. Its income, $3.4 million. What's alleged and what's confirmed? Oh, look, they're talking about Sophie. Media reaction, fallout. Did Sentebale do anything corrupt? Yes. No evidence of corruption or financial wrongdoing has surfaced. That's only because the Charity Commission didn't look into that. They literally admitted that. So we know that right now. There's no proven. Proven. There's no proven embezzlement. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. The Charity Commission found mismanagement and governance, not criminal misconduct. Reputational damage stems from poor internal handling of disputes. Okay, that's great, but not my question. What do they actually do? The charity itself. I don't know what they do. I've never actually figured it out. Support for children, young people, AIDS, Lesotho, Botswana, assist children and adolescents impacted. What does that mean? Testing, treatment support, clinical services at its Momohato Children's Center, psychological, emotional support, safe environments, community-driven programming. God, this just sounds so word salad. Caregiver. You know, this sounds like the homeless thing in California, and then we found out that Gavin Newsom literally, and probably not literally, allegedly, that he probably got rid of that $25 billion into people's pockets because nobody in California is not homeless anymore. Special caregiver days help relatives, orphan children learn about HIV. So you're making them go to class? Really? Climate resilience. What? While rooted HIV supports, Sentebale expanded its mission to promote sustainable solutions for health disparities, inequality, and climate resilience. You see all of the woke buzzwords here? Oh, you know, they were funded by USAID. Damn, they really were. All of these woke buzzwords. Damn, that's what they all have, the same bullshit. Program, network clubs, monthly spaces, HIV positive, learn, share, build confidence. So like AA meetings, residential camps, children's center, caregiver education, community economic programs. It doesn't sound like they do anything. Vulnerable children, self-strive, physical care. Okay, that's fine. Intensive week-long camps offering practical and emotional support. Okay. A flag. You're not. See, the problem with this, are you helping them with money? Are you helping them how they live? Are you giving them a support, real support? No. You can come to our little camp and we can talk. What the hell am I going to do with talking? All right. We need some support. We need some cash in hand. That's what we need. Flagships facility, hosting camps. There it is again. Clinics, workshop, partner training. Workshops aimed at equipping guardians with knowledge and tools of support. See, not equipping them. Yeah, that's what it is. A boys and girls club. It's a boys and girls club. Not equipping them with the actual things they need. Physical things, products, help, clothes, yada, you know, everything they need in real life. What are they giving them? Oh, the knowledge. What? The knowledge. Okay. I'm pretty sure all those people over there have phones, so they can look it up on Google. And tools to support children affected by HIV. Okay, but do we have numbers here? Numbers here. Like, what am I trying to say here? Like something concrete that they actually do. Real. Something real. Described a daycare. It sounds like daycare. Camps delivered this year. Okay. 1,000 children in its latest financial year. That's it? Serves or directly serves 78,000 children and young people annually as of 2025. Okay. See, but they're still not saying anything. Over nearly 2 decades, impacted over 100,000 lives. How? 2020 reports 47 network clubs reaching 1,200. Damn, that's it? Jeez. Engagement with 1,000 caregivers. HIV testing. I'm not seeing anything here, man. See, it's not adding up what they actually do. See, none, right, Kizzy? None. I think it's just a camp where you come and talk. I don't get it. Oh, we got Kipper with the massive $20 super chat. Love your channel. Thank you so much, Kipper, for being here. You make it better. And thank you so much. Like and subscribe and share the stream. Let everyone know what we're doing every morning at 9:30. And Kipper, for you, we're going to leave that one up. I don't know. From what I'm reading, I got nothing. It's a daycare where they have camps. Okay. You see, and I forgot who had commented that earlier, right? They could simply just give money. They could donate, show up to Africa or show up to Lesotho with like trucks of aid behind you. Why can't you do that, Harry? Why can't these people actually do something that's material, that's real? Because it's all about money, just collecting money. And that's why Harry cares so much, because it's a cash cow that he's definitely siphoning cash off, like someone said earlier. It's a charity that Cecil set up 9 years ago. Honor the Queen, my motto. How you doing, F. Reeves? Thank you so much for coming in. Princess Diana lately works with a lot of the charity. They put their blood, sweat, and tears. How? You're just a patron, Harry. 19 years. The numbers won't lie. Yes, we just saw the numbers. That's true. The numbers, we just saw them. You do nothing, Harry. You do nothing. They also expect Chandauka's reign at the top of Sentebale may run into serious problems if she is not able to generate funding. Well, see, that's the thing. I know that people aren't going to agree with this take I'm about to say, but that's the thing. When people see Prince Harry, maybe they want to donate. Oh, that's true. That right there, no U.S. aid. There's a possibility that all of this crap was fake and there wasn't actually any money coming in. It was just being funneled through U.S. aid, because right now we've got a lot of things going down. U.S. aid is just, it's going crazy with what we see when it comes to all the politics happening because of that. It's insane. Numbers won't lie. I think you'll see is a charity that is in the last 12 months has tanked under the operational leadership of Sophie. Well, then let the 12 months go. That's fine. But still, in my opinion, this guy should just give it up. He should give it up, go start another one, and go do it all over again. And I don't know why they haven't made that kind of announcement yet. Because from what this plan was, like Royston said, this plan was just to use the legal team. I think that's the only thing I've gotten out of this report, is they're going to use the legal division of whatever. Is there any data of monetary aid for the charity beneficiary? Damn it. Okay. 3 million directly charitable activities for beneficiaries. 300 fundraising. Spent on fundraising, that probably means throwing parties. That's what that means. That means throwing parties. 40K on governance. Early years, raised over $1 million. Oh, here, but 84K was actually directed into the projects. Whoa, what? In the early years, it raised over £1 million, but only 84,000 was actually directed to projects. Holy Nikes. Wow. I mean, that just sounds like corruption. That's what that sounds like. And we heard about that with USAID as well. All the money that USAID was giving out to all these NGOs, 95% of it would stay in their pockets, and only 5% of it would actually get to the cause. I think that's, if I know my decimals correctly, if $1 million, 84K is 8%. It's 8% of that. Yeah, 8.4%. See, and that's what they said about U.S. aid. They said when it came to U.S. aid, all the money that was going out, only 5% of it, and sometimes a little bit higher, which here we see it, 8.4% was actually getting to the people for the cause. Damn. That pretty much, that just seals it right there. That really does. That seals the crap out of it. Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, it's a rich people's game, and we're not invited, man. And they're buy housing for all the charity workers. Everybody gets free housing. Yeah. Archwell would decide what to donate as the money went there first. I don't think that that's a foundation, Kelly. I just don't. I think that Archwell is a money laundering operation. I'm sorry, I do. Allegedly. When I look at Archwell, I've seen the website many times, and when I look at it, it's not given foundation to me. It doesn't. It's a scam. I've always thought that about Archwell. It's a damn scam. Yeah, exactly right, Allison. Most charities are a scam. Yeah. And I remember being younger, and I used to be like, oh, yeah, we should donate to the Red Cross, and we should donate to FEMA. No, they're the worst. Chandauka said in a state of the Universe media campaign launched by those we're emerging not grateful and survive, stronger, more focused. Despite recent turbulence, we'll always be inspired by the vision of our founders who established Sentebale, member of the precious mothers. You know, the whole thing with the mothers, okay, we get it. Did you actually care about the people you're supposed to be helping? Obviously not. To all those who believe our mission, please walk with us. Sentebale recovers, renews, and rises to meet the hopes and expectations of the next generation. I mean, not without U.S. aid. Sorry. We have continued to serve children, young people in Lesotho. We still don't know with what, but okay. Congratulations for a daycare. Some degree of reassurance. Charity Commission not identified widespread bullying within the charity, but the commission has acknowledged the strong perception of ill treatment felt by a number of parties. Well, it was very obvious, commission, what was happening. But as I said at the beginning of this stream, it's because they didn't even look into it. That's what it is. They admitted it yesterday in that statement that the commission only had interviews and whatever, probably phone calls and Zoom calls, no doubt. Identified widespread bullying, number of parties. The Charity Commission is explicitly clear, including public guidance. The commission's responsibility adjudicating this would include, but they didn't do it. Yeah, we already know what they said. Okay, moving on to the next one. The client had a golden opportunity to fix this charity feud, but he was too busy schmoozing with celebs. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, we never really saw the guy going out anywhere. But okay, we'll run with it, right? I mean, he was probably too busy having to go and do whatever Megan said. I wouldn't doubt it that she never wanted to go to Lesotho anyway. Harry had a golden opportunity. The client sensationally walked away from Sentebale. Damon report accusing him of harming his reputation. What reputation? It's in the toilet, man. You got no reputation. You douchebag. He was slammed by a watchdog, letting a bullying row damage his African youth charity. The setup to Charity 06, yada, 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 publicly fell out, stemmed from his position. Royal author Dan Peer told The Sun it's a total mess. Quote, his charity commission reported has blamed both sides, both the client and former trustees and the former chairwoman, mainly for airing their dirty linen in public. That is true, but I don't like that notion, and I'll tell you why. Because that means they wanted whatever corruption is there, they just wanted them to handle it in private. That's it. That's what that says. The commission is basically telling Sentebale, okay, well, there was some corruption going on over there, but you should have done it in private. We should have never heard about it. Wow. So they're just trying to say cover up the corruption. That's essentially what they mean. He said his charity commission report blamed both sides and Harry, the former trustees, airing the dirty. While it's a valid criticism, this doesn't solve the problem. No, it doesn't. It makes it worse, as a matter of fact. It absolutely makes it worse. The chairwoman didn't think the polo matches in Harry playing polo in glamorous locations was a good idea. I have to disagree with that. That's the only way you're getting paid, lady. Sorry. I don't understand why Harry couldn't talk to her more about it and deal with it if he spent less time in court and going to showbiz and sporting events in California. He hasn't been to anything in like a year, but okay, fine. I mean, I'm not defending the guy. Screw him. He would have had time to deal with it. No, in my opinion, Harry's been dealing with Meghan. That's why he hasn't done anything, because he's been dealing with his fake black wife that won't stop failing, and she won't stop needing his damn black card. That's why. I think he has a lot to share of the blame for not being hands-on enough with his charity. It's not his. He's just a patron. It's so weird the way that they're framing this. I never noticed that. They're framing this as if it's his charity, but he's just a patron. That's true. Why are they doing that so hard? Money, right? Yeah. I think he has to share lots of blame. He's taken his eye off the ball and now he's walked away. Well, he didn't walk away. He lost. They gave it to the woman. The only way he won was not being a confirmed racist, which is quite sad, really. There's a bit of a pattern forming with the client. When the going gets tough, he walks away. Of course, because he has no balls. They're in Meghan's purse. With Megxit, the decision to leave the royal family now with a charity is theoretically very close to his heart. Yeah, sure. It was founded and to honor the memory of his mother. Forget me not. Latest childish, quite childish reaction. He has just flounced off, really. His reaction has been more than childish. It's actually been a little B word, and I can't say that because you know what I mean. But he's been acting like a little bit, That's how he's acting. What he should have done, this is what Harry should have done if he was smart. You put out a headline, okay, we'll accept it. We're going to move on, and we're going to start another charity. But no. He wants his cash cow, and I want my cash cow, and why are they taking my cash cow? No, Harry. Jeez. He's throwing his toys out with the pram. Exactly. He throws them out. I don't want to play no more. This part of the problem with him and Meghan, nothing is ever their fault. They never accept the blame. They always try and blame others. Of course, every single time. Okay, this last one. Harry's losing his grip on royal legacy. That's also Meghan's fault. But okay. We're not just going to blame her for everything, right? We're not just going to blame Meghan Markle for everything, right? Yes, we are. He's told his connections to the royal family are disappearing. They should have. What do you mean disappearing? They should be gone already. At least that's what we're told. Andrew Pierce said the good name is disappearing rapidly because of his wife. Question what he's left his old royal life, Invictus Games. Oh, yeah, I saw that whole thing about Invictus Games and David Beckham, right? Isn't that a thing? I don't believe it. Not for a second. People's Channel, what's left for him now? He just has the Invictus Games charity, which is brilliant work with service women and women. Yeah, you mean they have to pay to actually go? This is about all he had left of his life as a royal. Cameron Walker, oh, Christ. Indeed, he's been widely praised for his charity work, and I'm told by his spokesperson that he's going to be looking at other ways to support children in Southern Africa. Good. You should have said that in the first place. Good, Harry. Good. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. So there it is. Breaking news. Told you. I told you, man, because that's what he should have done from the beginning. There should have been a headline saying, yes, okay, Harry accepts the commission's report and how they see it and what's happened. And he's going to say, okay, I'll see you later. I'm going to go start a new one and we're going to continue working. Right? That's what it should have said. Okay, so that's the last one. So let's get into the chat a little bit before we finish this off. Donate locally, donate to animal shelters. Hell no. They would never. You see, in order to donate, you have to give away your own money. They would never do that. And I think that's why that's the easiest thing to do, because rich people don't stay rich by spending their own money. They spend other people's money. So then whenever this guy goes to speak or he goes on a trip or something, everything is charged to the charity. That's what it is. He would never. And what's even funnier about that is I'm sure over there in Santa Monica or Santa Barbara, wherever the hell they live, that rich area, they have plenty of that. They probably have animal shelters everywhere because the rich people live there so they can help. But no, they're never going to do that. Yes, we are. I'm going to blame Meghan for everything and we'll continue to do so. Hey, that's what it is, right? That's what it is. This is why the royal family doesn't want to talk and meet with him. He's damaged goods, bad for their brand. And he'll leak the damn story. Meghan Manson needs more handbags. Yeah. I'm just surprised we haven't seen her with a bunch of them, right? How did they treat their own pets? They broke their arms. They did. Who really cares about Megan? I didn't even say happy birthday. I saw a lot of people, and I was like, why are all these people saying happy birthday if you supposedly don't like her? You don't tell someone you don't like happy birthday. You tell them to F off. That's what you do. So that's what we'll say. F off, Megan. That's exactly what we'll say. So we're going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you so much for being here on this live. We will catch you next time.